everybody, and welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you guys are new. Today is a very exciting video because I'm actually getting married in 2 days. So by the time you guys are seeing this, I'll probably already have been married. I just wanted to have a video for you guys this week because I know I've severely been lacking just because I've been obviously planning my wedding. Today I'm actually going to be doing a highly requested video, and I'm going to be doing my bridal makeup tutorial. So I am actually doing my own makeup for my wedding, and yeah, I'm probably going to be a little bit stressed out. I do have a makeup artist that I hired for my girls, so if need be and I do get shaky hands or just mess up somewhere, luckily I have her to fix it. I don't do many talk through tutorials, so just tell me if you guys like this style a little bit better. I actually am going to go in with these little eye gels here. These are the Patchology Rejuvenating eye gels. Oh my gosh, this is so hard to do with nails. It just never occurred to me that this is gonna be kind of difficult. A lot of people were asking me, since I am, you know, a makeup artist and everything, if I was doing my makeup myself. And to be completely honest, the only reason why I'm doing it myself is because I feel like genuinely that I'm so picky with makeup that I don't really trust anybody else to do makeup on my wedding day, because I have a certain way that I really like it, and since I'm so picky, that I don't really think that it'd ever turn out the way that I want it unless I did it, if that makes sense. So that's why I'm doing my own makeup for my wedding. But yeah, again, just let me know if you guys did your own makeup for your wedding, or if you hired somebody else to do it, and then also how it turned out. First off, I'm going in with the Anastasia Dip Brow Gel here. This is actually the formula of the Dip Brow Pomade. I'm actually going in with this brush here. It's just a flat angled brush. So it's the M165 from Morphe. This is in the shade Soft Brown, if anybody's curious. It matches my hair color perfectly because I actually just got my hair re-highlighted. I'm just basically filling in my brows. I actually have a pretty decent brow shape right now. I don't wax my brows or thread them or do anything with them. I literally just tweeze them myself, which is probably a dangerous game that I'm playing. Okay, I think my brows are about even now, so I'm gonna move on here. And I'm actually gonna go in with the P. Louise bases, and I'm going in with a combination of the shade Rumor 04 and 0.5. I'm going to be applying it with the Sigma F75 concealer brush. It's just like a little tapered rounded brush on the top, but I really like these for doing creases and also just cutting out the brows. So I'm just gonna go draw a line basically right up underneath here, and this will kind of define the shape of my brow a little bit more. I absolutely love these bases. I really don't know honestly where I was without these. I also did want to mention that these eye gels are really handy because they kind of act as shadow shields for me. So you'll see when I go in with eyeshadow, they kind of catch all the fallout that's underneath. Also, I love all the breakouts that I've had recently. It's fun. I really kind of hoped they would all be gone by the time this day hit, but you know. And I was taking care of my skin super well, so I don't know what happened. Okay, so I'm going into my Pat Mcgrath eyeshadow next. This is probably one of the most expensive palettes that I own, but I decided to splurge because they just came out with a limited edition packaging of this, and I was really, really excited about it. But this is what the outer packaging looks like. I feel like you can't throw away the outer packaging just because they're so pretty. This is the Mothership 5, and this is the second version, I think, of the Divine Rose palette. So it just comes in a packaging like this, and this one actually is the pink limited edition packaging. It normally comes in black packaging. This is what the shades look like. Aren't they so pretty? And then there's this really cool like duochrome one over here. Oh my gosh, it's so stunning. I'm a sucker for packaging, and the formula on here is spot on. So I'm going in with a little fluffy crease brush here. I think this is maybe like a tapered blending brush. I don't have the name or the numbers because this is literally so old. Like the whole entire thing is like literally rubbed off. I don't even have any writing on this brush anymore. I'm just gonna be going in with the color Extreme Mahogany. And that one is this brown shade right here. I'm just gonna go in and kind of almost tap and then start blending out. While I'm blending this out, I guess I can tell you a little bit about my wedding and my fiance. I know he's popped in my videos a couple of different times, but I know you've never like seen him on camera. He's kind of a little bit shyer, so I don't want to like make him film something if he doesn't want to be on camera, which is fine. We've actually known each other since 7th grade. And it's literally like marrying my best friend. It's pretty fun. Even as friends, he was a really supportive and helpful person, which is super, super awesome. You don't really find just like guys or guy friends in general like that. He and I have been dating for about 5 years, and then we've lived together for, I think we're going on 3 years that we've been living together now. We've been engaged for a year and a half, so it was last July that we got engaged, and he actually proposed to me on a pier in Gulf Shores. He took me all the way to the end of the pier, and I think he was really nervous about like dropping the ring and like having it just fall in the ocean, which luckily that did not happen. I don't think the gaps were big enough, which is really nice. Before I continue the story, I'm going to go in with the Stila Shimmer and Glow shadow right here in the shade Kitten right there. And this is just a nice like rose goldy kind of champagne color, and it's really, really pretty. So I'm actually going to not draw it on directly because I like to have a little bit more control. That's what it looks like. So I'm putting it on the back of my hand. I'm going in with this flat MAC brush here. It's just like a little definer brush, but this is the MAC 239. The label is rubbed off by now because it's kind of old too. Look at how pretty that is. And these dry down super, super fast, so you kind of just have to work quickly. I'm just going and patting out where I need, and also not going over with the shadow that I put down before. So anyways, he took me out on the pier and we were just talking, and then all of a sudden he had me look out to these like boats that were on the ocean, and literally I turned back around and he was on one knee, and that's how he proposed to me. But it was really cute. He said he was really nervous. So ever since then we've been planning, obviously, and I didn't honestly realize like how fast vendors actually booked up. Your actual venue, and then also just like wedding vendors. Photographers and florists was the very first two vendors that we ever hired, and we got really, really good vendors, I think. I'm happy with every single one of them. I'm going back into the Mcgrath palette now, and I'm taking this shade right here. It's kind of just like a pearlized shimmer. It's called Astral Solstice. That's the color that's in the palette, but I'm basically just gonna be taking that same MAC brush that I used to pack on that Stila pigment, and I'm going right in with that glitter here. It's just gonna add like kind of almost like a glitter topper, if that makes sense. Like if you can see the difference, like this is just with the Stila, and then that's with that Pat McGrath shadow packed on top. Next, I'm going in with eyeliner. I'm just gonna do a really simple winged liner. So this is my all-time favorite liner. This is the Inglot 77 gel liner here, and this is what the back looks like. It just comes in this pot. It's actually a plastic pot, so it's not super heavy to carry around. It just looks like this. Literally the blackest, most waterproof eyeliner I've ever found. So if you guys have not found an eyeliner that you really like that's super waterproof, try the Inglot 77 gel liner. It's really good. I'm just gonna take my winged liner brush, the E06, and this is a Sigma liner brush. It's just a little tiny brush here. It's kind of angled on the tip. I like using this one a lot just because it's a little bit more precise. Back to the wedding. I'm not super religious, so I'm not getting married in a church. It's actually at a country club. And I'm really excited because I chose a place that the ceremony space, the reception space, and then it also has resorts connected to it. So it has hotel rooms all connected to it. So everything is in one place completely. It was really important to me to have the hotel rooms either connected to where I was or within a mile of the venue, just because I do have a lot of family that's coming from out of town that will need hotel rooms. I just want everybody to have as much fun as possible, and if they don't feel comfortable driving themselves home after the reception, then they can just stay the night. I'm just gonna curl my lashes here, and this is the Shiseido eyelash curler. I mean, you can obviously use any eyelash curler. I just like to tell you guys what I'm using. Actually, I'm gonna take these eye patches off because they're getting in my way now. I'm gonna go in with the Maybelline the Falsies Volume Express waterproof mascara here. I just use drugstore mascara just because it doesn't really mean a lot, because I usually put falsies over top of them. Mascara is on. Now I'm going in with lashes next. Well, at least I'm putting glue on lashes. So I'm actually going to be going in with the Tati TL6 lashes. However, I actually put them in this velour lash case. This is what they look like though. They're just really fluffy. They do come in a packaging that looks like this. But yeah, they're just the Tati lashes, but these are the TL4s, but the TL6s are the ones that I showed you. I'm just going to be coating them with the House of Lashes lash glue here. This is just the clear white adhesive. I don't know if the reality of the wedding has set in yet because I'm not really super nervous, but I feel like I will be once I start driving there. We're leaving here at my house at 11 o'clock. Oh my gosh, we have picture perfect weather tomorrow. It's gonna be 77 degrees and sunny with like almost zero chance of rain. I'm really excited about it because our ceremony is outside in this really pretty outdoor gazebo space that they have with the trees, and then the leaves are kind of starting to change now. It's gonna be so pretty. I'm going in with a primer next. It's kind of like a primer slash foundation. It was actually in my high-end foundation favorites, but it's called the Hollywood Flawless Filter, and I'm going in with the shade 4. This one is really good because it does add like a little bit of color, but it adds luminosity, and it just kind of like cancels out any discoloration that you have on your skin and kind of just makes it a little bit more seamless looking. I'm also going up a little bit early tomorrow just to be able to look at the reception setup. We decided to add at the last, well actually I decided to add at the last minute some like greenery and stuff for the centerpieces. Our colors are it's called Desert Coral with David's Bridal because that's where I got the bridesmaids dresses from. It's kind of like a darker peachy kind of coral color. The bridesmaids dresses are Desert Coral. The suits that we got, we did suits and not tuxes, so it's a little bit less formal, and those are navy blue. And then we have blush pink accents and champagne accents in there. So I feel like it's going to be a really pretty color scheme, and I can't wait to see how everything's set up. But since the venue doesn't have anything going on in the ballrooms for the reception, they're gonna let us go in and like set up our stuff ahead of time, which is the bonus of having your wedding on a Friday. Okay, so now I'm going to go in with the Cover FX custom enhancer drops here. They're actually like liquid highlighting drops. And this one is in the shade Sunlight. So I'm gonna take the Real Techniques. This is just called the setting brush. It's just like a tapered little brush here. This will go before foundation, just so foundation can lay really nice on top of it. And not that I'm not shiny enough already, but I'm gonna go in with this highlighter. So I'm just pressing it right where you'd pretty much put a powder highlighter. I don't usually do like creams or anything, but I really wanna be looking my bridal best, you know? I do have oily skin, but I like still looking glowing, but in the right places and not super oily. And I'm just gonna put it right down here, right down the center of my nose. We are going on to foundation next. So I'm actually using a combination of the Face Atelier foundations. I have these two here. So I have the shades 6 and 8. So 8's a little bit too dark, 6 is a little bit too light. So I'm just going to mix them in together. I'm just going to take my Beauty Blender here. This is actually the Beauty Blender Pro version. So it's the black version. I'm just going to go directly in with my sponge, and I'm just going to start mixing those two together on the back of my hand. And then I have a little bit of product on there, and then I'm just going to start stippling it in. But it's like the perfect shade for me. And the Face Atelier foundation, in case you guys have not seen it on my previous videos or just heard about it in general, they actually are a Canadian brand, so it's not really well known in the United States yet. What I really like about them is that they are medium to full coverage. You can build them really easily. Obviously, it's providing a pretty decent amount of coverage, but honestly, I think the formula is the best thing about this. They're actually silicone based, which is what airbrush makeup is actually made out of. So it holds on for just as long as airbrush makeup, but obviously it's in a liquid form. So you just apply it with a brush or a sponge, just like regular, and it holds on just as long. So that's what my foundation is looking like right now. I don't know how the color looks on camera, but like in person, it looks really perfect. Yeah, so I just have like, you know, a dewy looking finish right now. The Face Atelier definitely does not dry down matte, just so you guys know. Next, I'm going in with the Too Faced Born This Way concealer, and this is in the shade Light Beige here. This is my own, and I am going in directly with it here. I'm going right down the center of my face, right here and right here, just to highlight a little bit. And as you can tell, this is probably like a couple of shades lighter than my skin tone. I do use these also in my kit, not like obviously like this one, but I have the Too Faced Born This Way concealers from my kit because they're so amazing. They are medium to full coverage as well, and they provide a really nice finish. They're pretty natural looking, I feel like. Yeah, I don't think that I really have anything else to do as far as the wedding. I just have to like pack up a whole bunch of stuff. I literally am a psycho and have about like 3 different like plastic totes of things, and I have duffel bags and the whole 9 yards. I don't know if you guys, when you guys got married, if you did the same thing, but I just like to be over prepared because I feel like I'm gonna forget something really small. So I'd rather have a whole bunch of stuff with me than forget something at home. Right now, I'm just making sure that I don't have any concealer that's like setting underneath these like little lines in my eye. I don't know if you guys can see it, but there's like little tiny lines that I have right here. Just genetic, can't do anything about it. So I'm gonna go in with my powder next just to set that. Before you set your concealer and you have like little lines like that, you really want to make sure that nothing is settling underneath there. Otherwise, you're gonna put the powder on top of the creasing already, and it's gonna make it look a little bit more dry. So I'm just going to go in really quickly with the Huda Beauty loose baking powder. This is in the shade Pound Cake. I'm just literally going to like be going right in with it. And I don't usually bake or anything. I literally just take like an amount and then I'll literally just keep like pressing it into my skin, if you can tell. Because if you let powder sit on there for too long, then that's when it starts creasing. But as you can tell, that looks so smooth. And then I'm just gonna set that part right here. Oh, got a little bit more on that side. And I get off the excess here and go back in. Okay, so I like to set that immediately just so my under eyes don't crease. But now I'm going in with my cream contour, which I don't usually do. But I'm going in with the Tan de Chanel bronzer. I can never say that right. Soleil Tan de Chanel. There we go. Got it. But yeah, that's what it looks like. I'm going in with the Morphe M536 brush, and I actually just used this yesterday, so that's why it's dirty, but it's just like a tapered brush here. This is a pretty good multi-purpose brush. You can use it to set underneath the eyes or just kind of go all over. I like using it for this cream bronzer though, just because it's a really nice tapered shape. And I'm just gonna go in on the sides here. But yeah, I'm just going around the perimeters of my face. I'm not being super precise with this or anything because then we're just gonna put powder on top. Oh, baby hairs. Now I'm going in with my sponge again, and then I'm setting the rest of my face. So I'm just using that rounded side. And I'm just gonna be setting in the areas where I didn't set before, just to mattify it. I don't know if I'll have time to like touch up anything, so I just want to make sure that everything's locked down really well. Now I'm going in with bronzer. I'm going to be taking my Ulta bronzer here. This is the matte bronzer. This is honestly like the best tone ever. It's in the shade Cool. And it honestly is a very like cool tone for my skin. It's really perfect. It turns out a little bit orangey on people if you have like a fairer skin tone than me, but for me it's absolutely perfect. And I'm literally taking this brush. It's an angled brush. I literally think I got it at like the dollar store or something. Like, I have no idea, but it's the perfect shape and I really like it a lot. So I'm just gonna be using this right on my bronzer where I have that cream. To me, this is kind of like more of a contour shade, but I just kind of use it all over as a bronzer. Okay, so now I'm going with blush. I'm actually just going to be taking the same brush here, and I'm going in with the MAC blush, and this is in the shade Petal Power. It looks like this. It kind of almost is resembling NARS Orgasm, if you guys have ever tried that. It's more of like a pinky orange duochrome shift. So I'll take about this much on my brush here, and I'm literally just going to put it. I don't like to put it right on the apples of my cheeks, but I like doing this and dragging it more back, if that makes sense. But you see, like, it's not too pink. It just kind of gives you a little bit of color. And also, by not putting it right on the apples of your cheeks, you're actually elongating your face a little bit more because it makes your cheeks look a lot plumper when you stick them right on the apples. I'm going in with my highlighter right here. This is the Bobbi Brown highlighter, and this is in the shade Pink Glow. This is so pretty. This one looks like this. Sorry, I gotta hurry up with the tutorial a little bit because my fiance has to go pick up his suit. And I'm going with him just to make sure it fits. So I'm doing right on the cheekbones, right on my center of my face, temples, and Cupid's bow, and chin. And then I'm just taking that Pat McGrath palette again. I'm going in with the shade Extreme Mahogany again. That's brown shade that we used earlier. Just going in with this Duo brush. It's the Anastasia brush. It's the one that comes in the palettes usually. And I'm just sticking it right underneath my lower lash line. And then I'm just taking the little shimmer shade that we used earlier on the lid, and then I'm just putting that right in my inner corner. I am literally just taking my fingers and putting it in there. And I'm just going to be putting on mascara on the bottom lashes here. And then I think I'm probably gonna have to go and then film the lipstick a little bit later because I'm gonna have to wear a face mask going out. Hey everyone, I actually just got back from running a couple errands. I actually was going to go to help my fiance pick up his suit, but it unfortunately is not in yet, which is kind of making me nervous. Anyways, I just wanted to finish off the rest of this tutorial because I have not done lips or an outro. So I'm just gonna put on the lipstick that I'm going to do for the wedding, and that is actually going to be red. I'm doing red lipstick for the ceremony, and then I'm switching into a neutral nude color just for the reception because I want to be able to eat and everything and not you know, be super concerned about the red getting all over the place. I have the lipstick here. It's actually a liquid lipstick. It's the Anastasia liquid lipstick here. I absolutely love Anastasia's liquid lipstick formulas. I did make sure to hydrate and do a lip scrub before, just to make sure that my lips aren't chapped or anything. This is in the color Seraphine or Seraphine. I'm not sure how to pronounce it. Yeah, I don't know if this is focusing or not. I'm doing a liquid lipstick just because I want to make sure that it's absolutely transfer proof, and I'm going to be taking pictures with the red lipstick on. It's a blue tone darker red color, and I'm probably not gonna be able to talk with this, so hold on. And I have a decent lip shape, but I just want to overline it just a little bit. Okay, and then also just a tip, if you do mess up on liquid lipsticks, you can just go back in with your concealer brush there and just go right along the edges. So this is my official ceremony look, and now I'm going to remove the lipstick that I have here and then try on the one that I'm wearing for the reception for you, just in case you guys want ideas for a nude lipstick combo. I don't have one straight up liquid lipstick that I want to use for this, so I have to combine a couple of them. So I'm going to take this off here. Okay, so the lipsticks that I'm going to put on, I'm going to combine two of them actually. They're from the Anastasia liquid lipstick collection again. I have one in a mini and then one in a full-size version. So I have this one in the shade Bittersweet. It's just a dark chocolatey brown kind of color. It's a little bit too dark to be a nude, obviously, so I have to combine it. And then I'm combining it with the shade Crush. And this one is just a pinky nude shade. This one's a little bit too pink for my skin tone, so that's why I'm combining it with the brown. This is them on the back of my hand, and then I'm just going to use my Alamar Cosmetics lip brush here. I don't know if this actually has a name or a number, but it rubbed off. And this is gonna make kind of like a nice mauve-y kind of shade. So this is how the lipstick looks here. Yeah, I think we are all done. Thank you so much for joining me for this special makeup tutorial. I hope this helps out soon-to-be brides as well if you guys are struggling trying to find a makeup look for yourselves. As always, don't forget to like, subscribe, and also comment down below what you guys thought of this video. I really appreciate your input. I should be back to filming and go on a regular filming schedule here sometime soon after the wedding. So anyways, just let me know what videos you guys would like to see, and I will definitely try to make those for you. I hope you guys are having a really amazing week so far, and I will talk to you guys later. All right, bye.